Warriors reportedly interested in Suns free agent wing Cody Martin. The Golden State Warriors continue waiting to settle the Jonathan Kuminga situation before filling out the rest of the team's roster. While the Dubs are the only team with fewer than 10 players under contract, 9 currently, that vision appears to be coming into view. Al Horford, Gary Payton II, DeAnthony Melton, and rookie second-round pick Will Richard to sign with the Warriors. Assuming the Dubs re-sign Kuminga, they would have 14 players under contract and 1 open roster spot. Jake Fisher of the Stein Line reiterated previous reports that Steph Curry's brother Seth and Malcolm Brogdon remain candidates for that spot. However, he added another new name to the mix, veteran wing Cody Martin. We've reported previously that Seth Curry and Malcolm Brogdon are candidates for a Warriors roster spot after Kuminga's situation is resolved and the above 3 signings are completed, Fisher wrote. Another name on the Warriors' list of bench targets, sources say, is Cody Martin. Ben Simmons' time as a Philadelphia 76er is seen as a failure. Plain and simple. After a horrific 2021 Eastern Conference semifinals loss against the Atlanta Hawks, what followed was a head-spinning off-season filled with finger-pointing, reports of mental health issues, and a city turning on their once bright star, leaving Ben wanting out of Philly. It was a messy situation, and whether or not you believe all the blame unfairly fell on Ben's shoulders, his time as a Sixer is seen as a waste. However, failure often comes from great expectations, and Ben had lofty hopes placed upon him as he entered the league. He grew from an unknown international prospect to crushing competition stateside. Dubbed the next LeBron James. The final missing piece for a rebuilding franchise searching for its first title in decades. Let's meet those versions of Ben Simmons in the prism. Martin, a 2019 second-round pick out of Nevada, spent the first 5.5 seasons of his career with the Charlotte Hornets before he was traded to the Phoenix Suns at the 2025 trade deadline alongside Nick Richards. Martin had been a solid but unexceptional role player throughout his career in Charlotte, and the Suns hoped he would help solidify the team's wing depth. However, Martin had one of the worst stretches of his career, fell out of the rotation, and was released following the season. In his career, Martin has averaged 6.2 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 2.2 assists in 21.9 minutes per game on 43.6%/30.8%/66.1% shooting. He put up comparable numbers last season, 6.8 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 2.0 assists in 22.1 minutes per game, but was horrendous over his 14 games with the Suns shooting just 35.1% from the field and 11.1% from 3. Martin would prove the Warriors so much needed wing depth behind Jimmy Butler and Moses Moody, especially since the current prospective roster construction would seemingly have Butler and Jonathan Kuminga as the primary power forwards behind Draymond Green. However, his struggles as a shooter would seem hard to accommodate around Green, Butler, and Kuminga. If he is tied to the Warriors, Martin seems like a potential non-guaranteed training camp invite candidate or a backup plan in the event the Dubs trade Kuminga and want another wing capable of playing small forward.